In this week's episode, you'll find how we handle dry ditches and drone disasters. Comment below if the drought is affecting your farm. As spring comes to a close and summer begins, our day-to-day duties shift. That's one of the best parts about ranching. It's always changing. Whereas during the last few months, our days have been filled with calving and feeding hay, it's now time to shift gears and prepare the fields for irrigation. This orange octagon-shaped bubbler helps separate the pine needles from the water so that the pipes don't get plugged up. And the taller orange risers help decrease the water flow so that the pipe stays together and it's not pressured so much to blow the pipes apart. We need our cows need hay. Hay needs water, and the water needs work. One more field done. This is the 3-corner field, and it's the last of our seasonal ditches. You can see, thank you Lindsay for all your hard work. And you can see even quite a difference from last week's video with this field over here with just coming across at once with water.
This field out here, we tried to seed it down to alfalfa last year. Alfalfa and brome grass is what does well here, but with the drought we had, we only got across it 1.5 times with the water. So the alfalfa didn't really get a real good start, but it looks like it's kind of coming back this year. So I went ahead and broadcasted some more alfalfa seed on top of it and some more grass seed and some annual ryegrass to try to thicken it up and bring it along. I don't know if it'll work or not. It may have to start all over with it again next year. But anyway, if you come out here and look, there is some alfalfa that started amongst all the weeds. The weeds did real well. And here, I don't know if you can see that on camera, this is that ryegrass. The annual rye is starting to come up, and I'm sure some of these other smaller plants that have 2 leaves are alfalfa. That's the seed we just put on this spring. But this is the alfalfa we planted last year. You can see it's kind of starting and holding in there. If we can just get it rooted in before it gets too dry again, I think we can save it.
How long do you usually have water on this ditch? On a good year?
On a good year, we run till like towards the end of June, but it's been, the last 3 years have been really, last year went dry about the 1st of June, then the 2019 was, we actually had good snowfall and all this ground flooded. We had a flash flood coming down out of the foothills here and flooded all this out. But we still got a good crop of oats. But it's been a really tough last 4 or 5 years trying to get this put back into hay. The drought we had in, I believe it was 2018, really, it took this field plumb out. We had to plow it out and start over. So these fields where we're on seasonal water, we have to keep them in. Alfalfa is about the only way we can make it work. But when we get these severe droughts, it's hard to keep your alfalfa alive.
Because the roots go so deep, right?
Yeah. Yeah, once the roots get established, they can make it through about anything. That one year, this ditch didn't run a drop of water, so we lost this whole field. This field we just put pipe out on. We put the ryegrass out on it too because it's real sparse. But I am pleased to see this ryegrass coming up in here. That's a good deal. We was gonna try to cut this early to get ahead of the weeds before they all go to seed. And if you can keep the weeds mowed down without them going to seed, the alfalfa and grass will eventually crowd them out. So that's our plan.
That's the plan, man.
So what he's checking for, as you can see, these are running good, but this one is just fitting. And so what we'll do is open the gate, let it get the trash come out, and then shut it back down to about where the rest are. And so that's what he's doing on those lower pipes. There are two main irrigation systems on our ranch: gated pipe and siphon tubes. In a previous video, we showed you the process of laying gated pipe. These long pipes slide together, and in this way they can span an entire field. Should we go see what he's doing?
What do you think? Lee, is this fun?
Want to back up a little bit so we don't get flung with mud? What's Grandpa doing? Grandpa is pounding in that steak, see? And he's got mud there to help dam it up. And then it'll slowly drain out over here and fill it up. And back up his ditch so he can get 45 tubes is what he said. Now he's gonna release the water. Here comes the water. Here it comes. It's gonna fill it up. Yeah, it's gonna fill it up, huh? Yeah, yeah. Here it comes. Here comes the water. Here it comes. Fill it up. Watch. See it? As you can see, it's very labor intensive. Brian carries each pipe and places it in a mark in the field. We also have to put a dam in the ditch so that the water elevation of the ditch is high enough so that it siphons over the ditch bank and into the row. As you can see, Brian places one pipe per row. He does this the whole length of the field, about 35 pipes per set of water.
What you doing? Laying in the dirt.
When the kids were little, they would make a game of setting the siphon tubes, trying to see who could set them the fastest. But Brian's one-handed technique was always the fastest. Personally, I just remember being pregnant and struggling to even bend over to set the cycle tubes. No, don't pick that up. That's Grandpa's tube. Might have to set another one, Grandpa. I guess Grandma can set it. This is the road that goes into our private head gate. We often have to cut trees to clear the trail. Our ranch has 2 water sources. A canal fed by local reservoirs supplies the lower third of the ranch. The water is fairly consistent and typically lasts throughout the growing season. However, the upper 2/3 of our fields rely on a short season water source from the ranch's owned and self-maintained creek. Fun fact, the water rights for this creek have been a part of the ranch since 1887. Historically, the state of Colorado has ruled that the water rights stay with the property and cannot be sold separately. However, this is changing. When the kids were little, we'd take hot dogs and roast them over an open fire, so trips to the head gate holds fond memories.
Yep, another great adventure. Except for all the rose bushes scratch my legs. Are wicked. Nasty little. I don't know if you can see the thorns. And it is not wanting to zoom in very well. That's okay. Gnarly. Waiting on a woman. You're used to it by now though, right, Daddy?
Be skipping up the trail.
Sure. Straight off a hee-haw. The river. Trying not to scratch myself here. Here is our head gate. That's the water from the river, and then we take water and send it to our ditch, and that's how we irrigate our fields. But it's not even running at its full capacity yet, I don't think. Mr. Headgate Man.
Yep, cleaning up debris.
Yep. There's not really anything in there, is there?
It's good. Pretty clear this time.
Yeah? Oh yeah. That will definitely keep your water from flowing. That's where me and my dad had a picnic last time we were up here. Pretty up here though. And then often secluded. See any fishes? What you see?
Oh, beautiful waterfall.
Oh yeah, so pretty. Looks nice with your new head gate in there too, huh?
Yep. Well, they ain't new anymore.
No.
Built it in 2017, I believe.
Yeah? Wow. So she's 4 years old then. Right there, getting rocks for your wife, packing them out of here. Yep. Now I have to navigate the rose bushes again. Yeah. If I'm watching where I'm going, I don't get cut up as bad. Trick is to sidestep. We used to go fishing in here all the time when we were little things. There's a huge beaver pond down there too. Faster than me because he has his Wranglers on. Quite a bit smarter. But it's a really nice day, so I wanted to wear my shorts.
Rescuing our drone. We don't want it to fall down in the creek. And this is all my fault because I wanted a picture of this canyon. But Lindsay said there's too many trees, but I wouldn't listen. So now they're having to save me.
Yeah, I was going to try to, I think we're going to break that branch.
It's stuck on a little branch that we got a handy weed hook. That's handy for drones in case you haven't ever used a weed hook. Gets weed out of the irrigation ditch, but in this case we're hoping so he just broke one little branch off. Thank you, honey.
Don't do it again.
Okay. Luckily there was a plank from the structure that Brian built and Lindsay showed you. And I'm hoping nothing happens. But I should get a video in case. Okay, we'll go back home and do some serious work. So after the drone rescue, we head back to the ranch. It's 7 miles of ditch from the river headgate back to the structure where the water flows into our pipe system. Just back here, I mean, there's not been any rain, so this is just an example of it running over. So that's what he's trying to do. Of course, we have to stop along the way and cut a few tree limbs that have crossed the ditch and could potentially back it up. Over the years, Brian has worked hard to implement water conservation on our ranch. With the help of our local NRCS office, we have been able to put in several underground pipelines to reduce the water waste from ditch seepage and evaporation. Irrigating with gated pipe and rows also helps us to get the most use of our water. Even with these measures in place, drought and limited water supply can take a heavy toll on a crop and hay production. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want notifications on new videos. And be sure and comment. I would love to be able to reply and answer any questions you might have.